I think we'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Brian, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Ethel?
Here.
Mrs. Meany? Here. Mr. Platzer?
Here.
Mrs. Trumbull here. Mr. Brylet? What's it so far?
Okay, so I think we'll break from the order of our regular meeting to have the installation. We have the Honorable Judge Cynthia Platzer here to swear us in. So I think, Judge, if you're ready to go.
All right. Right here, start in front of the flag.
We'll move like all time individually.
Good. Oh,
Did you want the book, Cindy?
probably. Wait, just to sign it, you mean?
Or do you know the oath by heart?
I could probably win it.
Probably do
Oh,
it.
yay!
Yay!
There it is.
Here, you made it. Good.
Right here.
Here, do you want it over here on the podium?
Sure, don't we have to sign it
After.
Okay.
I wanted to fall off. There we go. We'll get a pen.
Gail, how's your mom?
Focusing.
Are we ready?
We thought maybe you got a call or something. We thought maybe
Do you
got a
swear
call.
affirm that you will uphold the Constitution of the United States
I do.
and of the state of Michigan, and that you will serve in the office of Supervisor of Burtchville Township to the best of your ability, so help you God.
I will. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, here, you sign there, Mike. And Cindy will sign underneath you. I like the way you did it, make it short and sweet. Where do I sign?
Oh, how about under the supervisor?
That's the one, right here. And then Cindy signs down here.
There we go.
Yeah, it is. You did a good job.
Why don't you hurry up to the picture?
Like you've done.
I'm done.
Okay, thank you.
Do you swear or affirm that you will uphold all the laws of the Constitution of the United States
I do,
and of the state of Michigan,
I do,
and that you will serve as clerk of the Township of Burtchville to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this. Here and here.
So somebody else fills in the rest
You
of it.
go in there. I'm trying to see how to do this.
You got no difference.
So he's next.
Okay, you don't go step for it. Do you swear or affirm that you'll support the Constitution of the United States
I do.
and of the state of Michigan,
I do.
and that you will serve as treasurer of the Township of Burtchville to the best of your abilities,
I do.
so help you God?
I know how I get the
The camera's here.
You did it, Caroline.
There.
That's worth this having in the office.
Never mind, chief.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States
I do.
and of the state of Michigan,
I do.
and that you will serve as trustee for the Township of Burtchville to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do. Thank you.
Either one there.
There.
Thank you. Do you swear or affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States
Yes.
and of the state of Michigan,
Yes.
and that you will serve as trustee for the Township of Burtchville to the best of your ability, so help you God?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Just might write it right. Yeah.
Will you sign your name? Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
The glasses might help. Do a little something.
I would say that's your cheat sheet.
Oh, we've got a little bit of taking notes. Oh, word.
Shall we get my checklist?
Good. But then, that's away from home.
Right, so,
That's it.
that's
right.
So we need to measure the Wi-Fi on the table. Behind the table.
Yeah.
Fill the microphones.
Right.
Okay.
We could do that. The other, I just phone now. You know how you get pictures off your phone now? I don't. You know how you get the pictures off your phone?
Yeah, take it.
Oh, yeah, take one. Go ahead.
You want to do it here, or do you
Oh,
want?
by the flag. Is that okay?
Well, how
Okay,
much?
squeeze together. And smile, thank you.
On over here, Carolyn.
Come on over there.
Wait, girls on one side, boys on the other.
You guys squeeze together.
You need us to?
Here, I'll do this. Thank you. All right, thank you.
So what about that?
Thank you, Your Honor. So, we
I'm gonna give one here. Your Honor, thank you very much on behalf of them.
It was a tough race that you guys ran.
I know it.
I won't tell you, you did
Oh,
good.
Thank you very much.
We gotta get back together, Carol. Let's do it. Thank you very much.
Oh, that you just
Thank you, sir.
poke your finger at it and it takes a picture.
Okay, have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.
You don't have to hold in your hand.
Oh, well, I need to go around that one. There we go. Excuse me.
Wow, that's really good.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Okay, continuing on with the consent agenda, I'd hear a motion to accept our consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Let me give the figure on
Oh, yes.
$93,491.15. We have a motion to accept the agenda. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any conversation? Hearing none, I would ask for a roll call vote, please.
Mrs. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Platzer?
Yes.
Mr. Browley?
I'm abstaining.
Mr. Epple?
Yes.
Mrs. Tremblay, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The consent agenda is carried. Citizens wishing to address the Township Board. Mr. Haberman.
I noticed during the past few weeks, when we've had these storms through here, that our fire department's done one wonderful job. And I just want to say thank you. Especially there's a couple of accidents out there. You know, it's Like every time I left a restaurant or was in one, I was running into Al, and then I'd see him out by a fire in the woods, and I'd see him, you know, at Duffy's. You know, the guys just do one heck of a job. I didn't really realize it until, you know, to the extent, I mean, my son was on the department for a short time, but not to the extent of what we had going on this past couple of weeks. So,
Well,
thanks.
thank you very much, and I will second that. They do a wonderful job for the township. They all do a great job. I don't know if I did do a little article in our paper last month on the firemen, and they're all very dedicated to what they do, and we're lucky to have them.
Sure.
Thank you. Anything else?
Not right now.
Okay. Anybody else wishing to address this work? Okay. Entertain a motion to approve our agenda.
I'll move to approve the agenda.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve our agenda. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
No, this is just ayes.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Departmental reports. Mark, Fire Department?
There's a couple things. We got a request to use our fire station for a wedding in July. It's just a simple, small wedding. A member of another department nearby, their hall's not, I don't know if it's big enough or fancy enough or what. They want to know if they could just use our station for the wedding, not the reception. They're going someplace else. It's applied firemen. Just want to know if they could, so they don't go to church anyplace, so they want to go to church. And I said, I didn't have a problem with it. We can clean up our station and set up a few chairs for them and have a wedding. I just wanted to, I don't know about you guys, if, I mean, it's just the wedding part of it. There's not a party or nothing, just the wedding part of it.
I'm just going to have the ceremony there, right?
Yeah. Is that what it is?
I don't
have a problem.
I personally don't see, I don't have an objection to it.
Okay, I just want to make
If
sure.
the firemen are willing to clean up the hall and get it ready.
I want to agree with you guys first, because I know, we're not renting it to them, we're just going to let them use it. I think our guys would clean up the station and park a couple trucks, whatever they want to do for background or whatever. Sure.
Whatever.
I just never had a request like that, so I wanted
Do
to.
we want to vote on it or something that,
I think it's okay. Sounded like it was okay with everybody.
yeah, I would say yes. I
Okay,
would say yes.
thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fine, thank you. We have a cost recovery ordinance, I think we did it in '06. We need to revisit that. We have a couple things in there, we don't have we have a boat fee in there. And we need to change some of maybe our hourly rates and some other things in there. For example, that big accident we had over here today, that's a billable event. Because both people were not from our township, the lady was driver was from Croswell area, the truck driver was from Sarnia, so some of that stuff is all billable for us. Same with the boat, the sinking vessel this summer on the lake, that was a billable event because they're not from us. And we have rates and things in there and some wording that we need to update since '06. So how do we go about revisiting that ordinance to update it? What do we have to do?
Present.
Well, I think you need to present it, we probably should have a study on it and see.
It's just close by.
Get
We don't have-
together,
we
I
don't
mean,
have something over a
a
bowl
couple of
and
the board
some other
members
things.
get together with you and go over the ordinance and
I
see.
think it's I don't know how you guys work, but it's 2006, '03, however you guys have your little.
03 would be March.
Okay, but anyway, so that's how the ordinance number, I think, was.
I would,
We could maybe go over.
put it together,
Well, we'll talk about it all through the, we have one in another week or so.
and we'll probably still run it past
Because I just know we just need to add in there for our utility vehicles not in there, our boats not in there. And so when we have to bill for those things, now we're in a gray area because it's not actually in the ordinance.
Okay, it's your expertise, so
So-
you need to make a suggestion, have a
Okay.
meeting, make a suggestion to the board, and then I would probably, we would want our council to look at it.
Sure, and you have to amend the ordinance, it's already in ordinance, we need to update it.
Yeah.
Some fees
Yeah.
and things. Okay, that's how I didn't know what steps I had to take.
Okay.
And then you guys, in your packets, had a county mutual aid policy.
Well, we didn't really get to look at them.
Yeah, I'll just give you an update on it, or an opinion on it, I guess. It's the same exact mutual aid policy that Sanilac County has, that St. Clair County is gonna adopt. Only thing they did on the section 12, they just added some verbiage that each agency has to have their own liability and workman's comp insurance. That's the only thing that they added that Sanilac County did not have in theirs, but it's exact verbatim, exact policy of Sanilac County. Because the St. Clair County mutual aid, fire mutual aid policy we have now, agreement, is from 1986. So they thought we should probably update one, so they just got Sanilac's, and since Sanilac's already went through 22 different municipalities, attorneys and all that, they said it'll work for theirs here. So at the Chiefs Association meeting last month, they recommended it to all agencies to get signed. So that one is exactly the one that's already went through our attorney, went through everything. The St. Clair County added some verbiage in there about each agency has to have liability insurance. I don't think personally that has to go back to an attorney to go back through that, because it's already been through our attorney once. And all thing we just added in there about under line 12.
Well, with that change, we have all that anyway.
Yeah.
You know, we have liability, workman's comp,
Yeah.
we have everything that there is.
So it's really, so you guys have already ran through those channels, but that's the, they just want to adopt that policy for St. Clair County Fire Department mutual aid. So.
I would probably ask the board, do we want some time to read this over? Or do we want to
Same one we
move on?
already have.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Oh, it's work.
Yeah.
Do we just have to make a motion
I
and,
mean, would somebody, we could take care of that right now, if somebody would like to make a motion that we accept the mutual aid agreement with the county.
St. Clair County, good.
Yeah, the St. Clair County.
I'll make a motion to accept the St. Clair County mutual aid agreement.
I'll second it. We have a motion and a second. Is there any further conversation? Hearing none, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Ms. Mooney?
Yes.
Mr. Apple?
Yes.
Mr. Rod?
Yes.
Mr. Platzer?
Yes.
Mrs. Tremble, yes.
Okay, thank you. Mark, you got anything else?
No, that's it for my report.
Oh, Mark, and just for your, go ahead.
Oh, I'm done. That's my report.
Well, before you go, I think we need to get together and we need to review what's happening up in Worth Township. We have no contract,
Yeah, I was gonna do that today, and I forgot about it, till it looked like it was 5 o'clock.
I think it's something we can discuss.
If you guys wanna appoint me or whatever, I would go to their township board meeting to see what they're thinking, if you wanna do that.
Well, we've
Well, see,
already,
the last time that we did the contract, we took it to them, and they were, in the last letter, the last bit of correspondence we had was that they wanted to drop the contract.
Yes.
For
Yep.
our approval, so,
Yep.
I think they need to get on the ball and get us a contract.
Okay.
well, that was quite some time ago, and they haven't,
I don't know if they're waiting for I don't know what happened with elections, I don't know, but I don't know what was.
I don't think so,
but
Mark. I think
Okay.
it's just, they're tied up. But I did get a call from the clerk, and she wanted a copy of the contract. I looked it up and said, whoops, we don't have one, but I'll send you what we have. It's expired, we have no contract now.
I think they're meeting soon, I mean, I'll go up there and, or I'll have a meeting with the supervisor if you want, whatever you guys want me to do. And see
I think
what's-
Mike's gonna speak with the supervisor.
Well, I think what we need to do is we need to make clear, and get a contract, so,
Yes.
then I'll go over it with you and make sure that, and then we'll bring it to the
Yeah.
board,
Yeah.
to see if we want to accept it or we don't want to
Sure.
accept it. But to hang on without a contract
Oh,
for
yeah.
a long time, I don't think we want
Yeah, I'm
to
not
do
sure
that.
what the, what
But if you would start the ball rolling, if you would contact.
I'll make a call and see
Well,
what's
I
going
already
on.
did mine.
Huh?
I already have.
Okay.
I sent them a copy of what we have, and they were gonna get right at
I
it.
can ask for my angle for the fire chief, what's the process for, once we're on some dates or whatever?
Well, and I can get together with
No.
Mr. Etzenmacher too, and see where they stand.
Sure.
You and I'll coordinate that.
Okay.
And
Yep, got it.
get that, the sooner the better.
I go past with him, I should call him, and then I got down here with something else coming.
Well, that's
My rain,
fine.
I forgot.
That's fine.
Okay.
Building department, Now you got anything in the building?
No, I don't. First one
Coming from somebody else.
Water department. The hydrants in the township have been flushed and all tested, so we're all set for winter on the hydrants. Jane isn't here for the library.
No, but I have,
Oh, you have a library report?
yes,
Okay.
Jane had to go to a memorial service tonight. I was in the library on Saturday, and we talked about the meeting tonight, and then when I saw, on Friday, and when I saw her on Saturday, she said that she wasn't going to be able to be here. The one thing that she did tell me is the library has changed from 3-tier libraries to 2-tier libraries. And I'm not exactly sure what 3 tiers were, but they're going to make all the branch libraries 2-tier apparently. They're all going to have the same hours as opposed to what it is now, which is we're closed on Wednesday and somebody else is closed on Thursday and what have you. They're going to have standard hours, which will be Monday through Saturday. I can't tell you exactly the hours. Jane will be a full-time librarian as opposed to part-time. And she said as soon as she has all the info, she'll let us all know. But that's just a heads up that I think in January probably it's going to be coming.
That whole thing's going to change.
Yep.
Okay, moving on, unfinished business. Well, the chapel restoration project, or Carol Ann, or who would ever like to address that?
And it'll be Carolina or Cindy.
Cindy?
That's really going on. Maybe Gary.
There was 2 days of fundraiser at Ruby Tuesday last week, Tuesday and Wednesday, where 20% of your bill comes back to the chapel. There was also one in October, and I don't know what the check was on that, because as of our meeting last Tuesday, we didn't have the check. We also had a bake sale along with the book sale, and we raised $120. But we also had a financial challenge with the bank, and we've raised our share of the money, and a letter's been sent, and Jim was going to find out how soon we were going to get $2,500 from Eastern Michigan Bank.
That's good.
And that's about as far as... Oh,
Concert?
no. Winter concert is December 4th, correct?
Mm-hmm.
At 7 o'clock at Lakeport Wesleyan. It's Julianne and Cliff Erickson. Tickets are $8. Carol Ann has them, I have them, Pat Moses has them,
I have them.
you have
Mike
some.
has some. Mhm.
You can buy ticket, or you can come and pay at the door, but it would be wise to take some ahead of time because last year it was standing room only.
What time's it start?
7 o'clock.
Okay. Is that all?
Oh, and there's new wines too. 3 new kinds of wine. You can also get it at Duffy's. Guess that's it.
Okay,
Can't
thank
think of
you.
anything else.
Thank you. Now the Old Township Hall.
That's gone along pretty good. It's been a little bit of a challenge.
It looks good over there, they're coming along.
Hopefully by the middle of next week we'll be done. Got the 2 front corners dug up, but left the door area. Gonna get the corners laid and then take that out, so
Okay, I
it's
saw
very
it was still
minimal,
there.
minimal time, yeah. On that, but that won't be till next week because there's no concrete available after Wednesday. Seems like everybody's closed Thursday, well, Thursday's Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Friday,
you mean,
To get more footage,
Oh.
but, no, they're gonna
we'll
get all
have,
the block and.
I mean, you'll still be.
It'll be done
more
next
than
week.
yet this winter, right?
Yeah, he'll be done.
Oh, okay.
He'll be
You
done
make
next
this
week.
for the holiday.
So we'll be able to start the interior after that?
Yep.
Okay, it's looking pretty nice with that new foundation.
We need to, there's some rock on the front timber, just like there was at the chapel.
Yeah.
And I talked to Scott about it, he's gonna cut it out, I just told him to keep track of his time, and we worked that out with him on that. I just told him to go up to Lakeside and get the, whatever treatment lumber he needed
Reinforce it.
to reinforce it. Well, he's gonna actually cut out some of those, part of those beams and.
Oh, yeah. We don't want a new foundation under, then
No.
the beams fall out from under.
Right.
So, yeah, we'll have to do
It's
some.
it's a very similar situation to what the chapel was, where Jim did
Your
the.
son out there?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay. Well, good.
Okay, sounds good.
So, And the only other thing was, I'm gonna, want to catch up with and ask you, if we could get Mark possibly to go over there and redo the drain for the kitchen.
Oh,
It's all just kind of hanging, it's terrible, so. But we're getting this done, we should get that fixed, so we don't have a problem.
is that something that I can
Is it
approve?
urgent or just when you guys are done?
No,
You guys are done?
just anytime, whenever it's time, but.
Is that
Yeah.
under what I can authorize, or do we?
Yeah, it's only like 30 feet of drain probably, so.
Oh, yeah, he can do it
Yeah.
for $50.
No, we can hear it.
25.
Okay. Mark, did you hear that?
Got it, it's on my list.
Thank you.
It's a quick writer.
Okay. Anything else about the renovations? Okay, moving on, new business, we have a bid for our computer service.
Oh,
Sir? You're up.
I'm just here to answer questions.
Is it,
Through network computers.
I'm Carl from Network Computers.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carl, I thought
That's
everybody knew
okay.
you.
Just about everybody does.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, this is Carl from Network Computers.
Carl, do you
I'm
have a
sorry.
last name?
Yes, I do, but usually people just call me Carl.
Is
I'll
it
tell
with a K or
when
a
you
C?
when you go to
It's Carl with a C. The last name is
Nailing it all.
spelled Kleiheege.
And it's pronounced
Kleige.
like,
The French pronunciation of the German name.
Carl.
Yeah.
Okay.
People just
Easier.
call me Carl.
You're the technician.
does everybody have a chance to look at that?
Is this pretty much what we've had, or is this all new?
Well, we don't know what we had.
We had an on-basis contract that's been really not renewed for a while. And the computer technician that was doing the work for us now has a full-time job working for another company. And so he, said that he wasn't gonna have time to take care of us, so Mike talked with Network Computers, and yeah, it's more than what we had, because they're also doing our website. So,
What we typically do is we roll in your website, your email, your antivirus software for both your computers and your server. We roll all that in to include all that, because if you have a problem with your email, you call us anyway. So it's easier if we control both sides of it. We don't have to go, well, we're gonna have to get a hold of your email people to do that. Your website, we currently maintain and host your website anyway. But this also includes all the labor for any amount of service calls you have. I know there's a few computers that need work on pretty urgently.
Is that
Just
yours?
from having been in to take a look at them. It doesn't cover hardware, but those would be addressed as needed.
Yeah, well,
the email
the other
hosting,
ones never addressed for hardware either.
I don't know.
No, I mean, when we needed a new server, or we needed this, or we needed that.
That
I
was
mean, we
never
always
covered
paid for it
anyways.
anyway,
Well, you use the
Yeah.
BSNA software like you're required
Yeah.
to by the
Mhm.
state, and the state's requiring you to go up to the next step in the next year or two. I don't know.
The state requires BSNA? I don't think so.
Yeah.
You select that, whether you want to use it or not.
From what I gather from the other townships we go with, it's comes from our notch. Whether it's from state or St. Clair County, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's from the state.
Okay.
So it kind of filters on down through. The fact is, you use the same software for tax and assessment, and then it's really easy for everybody to be able to reconcile all their books and all that. I think that's really the focus from the state and the county wide.
That is an option though. We don't have to have it.
Okay.
But we do, and we have had for a long time because we like it. But
Yeah, I mean, it's good software, it
Yeah.
does what you need it to and all that.
Yes, it is, and they're very good at responding when you do
But
that.
according to our other townships that we support, they're being told they have to upgrade to the next version of it.
By,
So,
not yet.
Either 2013 or 2014.
What are we hearing? When did
I
you-
called them after I talked to you, and they said that they were going to continue to support it. They would not probably put any new enhancements into it.
Oh, okay.
Anything that's regulatory, they'll continue to maintain.
Okay, well, that's good. Like I said, every county seems, or every township seems to have a different story, so.
Well, I called after, you said
Oh,
that, to
good.
make sure.
This doesn't include DPW, right?
That-
No, that's.
Dusty's already got something separate going on there, right?
That's right.
Other than the water.
I think it does include
I
DPW,
think
because
we-
we do the DPW anyway.
I think we
Oh,
need
so
to, I
this
think we need to
includes
call
it.
to Jeff
So that
and
will
roll that
include-
in with it.
You're combining-
Oh, he thinks there already is, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So-
because we've been doing the.
But the
Dusty
email
support.
hosting, you mean we would switch from Comcast to?
Is that what we do, is change from Comcast?
Well,
to-
the whole thing is if you do change, then it would be at,
I work that.
Burtchville Township
.org.
or whatever it is.
.org, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So it'd be the same one as your website address.
And why would we want that?
It's just easier for people to remember, I guess, I don't know.
Okay,
And it's up to you, we can't force you to use an email address.
I'm listening.
More professional.
But, if you have a problem trying to get your Comcast email, then we're gonna have to get hold of Comcast.
Oh,
And we offer
figure
it
out
to
what's
you
going on now.
for free, but if you'd rather keep the ones you've got.
Well, they'd
there's no
probably
problem.
be better under .org anyway.
Well, and then
You
it's really nice if your supervisor at Burtchville So, it all depends.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah,
It's
I
there
think
if you
I have
want
one.
it. If you don't want it,
okay.
fine. We're easy.
Okay.
So we need to approve this?
Mm-hmm. We have no service right now.
We have nobody.
And I came in Saturday to use my computer and it didn't work at all.
I'll make a motion that we approve this.
I'll second that. We have a motion and a second. Is there any
Is
further
that
discussion?
including the email?
Well, that's my question, that's why I asked.
Well,
It will include email if we want it, right?
If you want it, yeah.
Yeah, you're not
We
forcing
will
us to
do
take
it,
it.
we're not forcing it
So it's
to.
included in if we want it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's there. It's there if we
And
want it.
I guess we should look at what we're paying Comcast, if we're gonna eliminate something without
Do
any.
we know?
Actually, you're probably not paying Comcast anything for their email.
No,
It's just that if something goes wrong with your email,
Yeah, go
it's
to
easier if we have it rather than, you've got a Comcast email, we gotta contact
I think we're
Comcast.
piggybacked off the fire department, aren't we, because you have it free, and that's why we do have it.
And we would love to change it to .org. virtual
Really?
township, yeah.
Do you use Comcast?
Yeah, they're all, it's a lot more professional.
However, it might be
Fire chief
affecting,
at virtualtownship.org, it's
Well, I think the whole thing
a
would
little.
be.
It might affect
Well,
their
changing
telephone bill?
changing your emails isn't going to affect your relationship with Comcast at all.
No, you just go to different.
Right, and
Just
if
a
the
different
fire
carrier,
department
right?
wants fire department at burtchvilletownship.org, believe me, we'll put it in there.
We'll do whatever you guys do.
You don't have your phone through Comcast right now, right? We do.
yes, they did, no,
Oh, you changed yours too? Okay.
it was a bundle, that's what they
Mhm.
did.
Well, we have a motion on the floor to, in a second. Any further discussion? I guess, Caroline, we call for a roll call, please.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Mr. Apple?
Yes.
Mrs. Minnie?
Yes.
Mr. Platzer?
Yes.
Mrs. Trumbull, yes.
Motion carries. Okay, the supervisor's report. I really don't, other than getting back on our bike trail again. I think we're probably not gonna do anything on that again until spring now because of the weather's getting cold and stuff like that. The signs that are, the one sign that's stolen is gone. We can't find it anyplace, but other than that, I think everything else has been going along there pretty smoothly.
Except, there's trees down across the bike path.
There is?
Yes.
Nobody's called.
Well,
didn't know
I-
about it.
We'll take
She
care
did
of it.
mention it to me and I forgot.
I did mention it.
Oh,
It
okay.
happened when
Nobody said anything.
we had the big storm, and then someone was just out there,
It's
had to
funny,
climb
because
over a
Dusty
couple
usually
of
takes a
them.
flyer down that thing once a week.
I haven't been on one myself.
well,
but
there's a couple, for
Okay,
sure.
Okay. We'll get them tomorrow.
You had Dusty check if it's too much for him, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm not gonna be around for a
I
while.
didn't mean to interrupt you, but that's,
No, that's fine, because I was not aware, I wasn't aware of it. Clerk's report, Ron?
Yeah, we had a huge election, as did most townships and municipalities in St. Clair County this year. We had 1,945 voters, which was over, about 59% of our registered voters. We had over 500 absentee ballots, which was a large number for us, and we probably are gonna have to consider going into a counting board, which means you develop another precinct and have to buy another tabulator, because it just was impossible to get them all done. I mean, it took forever, and I think
How
that.
much are those tabulators?
I haven't looked it all up yet, about $5,000, I think.
well, but it's not something we need next year.
No,
We can budget for it.
for a couple of years.
For a
because
couple
we won't-
years.
We won't be having a big election, I hope, I don't think,
Well,
until
your governor race. in
the
2
governor's
years,
race in
could
2 years, right?
But I worked on the governor's race the last time,
Mhm.
and we had a lot of ballots, and we got them done.
Right. You
in
didn't have the
between,
turnout
But we
that
didn't
had for
have
this.
500 either.
But
Look, I think it probably made, I was gonna say 300.
I think things went really well, and it was a late night. I got home about 1:30 by the time we got everything down to the county, but everyone worked well together. We are always looking for people to work the elections, so if anybody's interested, I'd like to have you call me and we'll work on the next one.
You might want to make them aware too that they don't have to be in the township in order to work on the board.
They don't have to be from the township to work elections. They can be from anywhere in the state of Michigan, actually. They don't have to be just from the county.
Okay, anything else?
That's all I have.
Okay. Trustees, Cindy.
Treasure.
Oh, yeah, treasurer.
I don't have any.
Let's not forget the treasurer.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Jody. Okay, Cindy?
My only thing was the bike path, and I
Okay.
took care of that in yours.
Okay. Moving on, Al.
Did we not approve the boom axing for this fall, or did we? Do you know by chance?
We approved Blue
I
Man.
thought we did, but they haven't.
Well, they did all the boom axing, didn't they? I thought they did.
Well, they did
I haven't
some
seen it.
earlier.
But they usually do a fall one.
Well, that's when they do it, all the ditches in the fall.
Oh, but I mean, they did
Yeah,
some earlier.
I'll check with.
Yeah.
yeah, we need to check on
I'll
that.
check with
You
Jack.
just graded the roads, at least quite a few of them.
Okay,
That's
I'll
all.
check with Jack.
That's all.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
Okay, moving on, extended public comment, is there any more extended public comment? Mr. Reardon.
It seems like there's two years gone by now, since Sutherland is trying to get a used car business. And I know 3 months ago, you mentioned that you'd like to hear from him. They came in, you directed the zoning administrator to get on this post haste. You know, I haven't talked to him, but what I have noticed and what I've reported here for the past 3 months is that there now appears to be 4 cars sold from Len's pool. There are a lot of cars, there are a lot of businesses up and down 25 that I think need to be addressed. You know, I have a letter here from February 23rd from one of our citizens, and it said, you know, it was just complaining about the entrance to our township from the south, about the messes, and this person also wondered what it was like. It appeared to be an embarrassment to them. And if the main road looks this bad, what does back roads look like? Well, there were reports, 20 plus I think, about the back roads, John LeBady's being one of them. And I have pictures here of all the back roads. It just appears that the board either doesn't care, or if somebody's not doing something properly in order to get the board to act on this. We have a junkyard out on Fisher that's been there for years and years. By the bike path on Norman, there's a big old junk area that's in violation of blight.
Okay, if I could address that for a minute.
Sure.
We have a new zoning administrator that's just taken over. I'm going to ask her to review all the complaints that we've had in the last 6 months. I'm going to have her go out, I'm going to have her take a look at them, and let her make a recommendation to the board, whether they're in violation, whether they're not in violation, and then we'll go from there. So it's not that we're not going to do anything about it, but we are going to review everything that has come in that we feel needs to be looked at, and we're going to try and address that stuff.
Okay. I've also, and this is just for future reference, you know, I live on the corner there near Harris Road, and I use Harris Road a lot. And Harris Road was not done properly, in my opinion, and I've also talked to several residents that live around me. It's just not pitched properly. There are 3 hills in there, the entire length of the thing, which means that you're hydroplaning whenever it rains. And so to me, it's just a dangerous job that was done compared to what was done on state. I think Mike Klingenfield called them bird baths, you know, and it's not the bird baths. It's like if it rains all the way down, there's rain in the middle of both tire tracks. It's not a good job, and that's just information for future stuff.
Well,
You know,
in addressing that,
but
you know, it's been down there for 4 or 5 months, and that's the first
yeah.
complaint that I've had about it. So.
Well, like I said, I live there. I've talked to several people, you know, and I've heard the same thing, so.
I'll talk to the Jack from the road commission and take a ride out there sometime when it's raining.
Yeah, take a look at it. So, that's it.
You're talking on the gravel portion?
No, on the new pavement.
No, on the pavement.
I did notice one spot. I only noticed one spot though when I went down through there in the rain.
I mean, it does take a little bit of rain, but a little bit of rain.
The way up, you know, there's like a low spot in there that, you know, I don't know whether, you know, it's probably the way the surface always has been, but now that it's paved again, everybody notices it, but I don't know. I don't, you know. But I will talk to Jack about that too.
There's a different company that did Harris Road than did State Road last year.
So it was a different company.
Yeah.
The county hired a separate company?
Well, they were a little bidder, so.
That's what you got.
So is anything gonna be done about trying to get that used car business going? And it's been 2 years now.
To be honest with you, we have not heard one word from him.
Okay.
Since the meeting that he was here.
Mm-hmm.
And he addressed it, and we talked to him the next day. I said, whatever you need to do and whatever you want to do about getting that business going, we'll do everything in our power to help you get it going, you know. And he has never been back in here, or I've never had any contact with him, he's never called. So I don't know, I mean, it's up to him, it's not up to us.
Yeah, no, I
You know,
understand.
push him to get his used car business
I
going, but,
understand.
you know, I mean, we'll certainly do anything we can, you know, to help him get it going, I mean, you know. But he has not called, he hasn't,
Okay.
you know, I haven't heard from him.
Okay. Thanks.
Is there anybody else? Mr. Perry, you wanted to mention something about,
just the trees down in the park. I was talking to Dusty, he cut a couple of them down and I helped him, load them up. I didn't cut nothing, but I was like thinking about like signing a waiver on liability, where I could maybe, whenever you could cut them down, I could cut them up and haul them out of there.
well, we talked about that, you know, after you called, and I think it's a big liability problem for us. You know, even as far as you even taking them and hauling them out of there. You know, we could drop them on the ground. I mean, it's a shame that we cut them down and they cut them down, charge us a big amount of money to, you know, and then they take the wood and they sell the wood too, when it could go to some of the residents, and I understand that, but I think it's a real liability mess for us. What we're going to do tomorrow is we'll get a hold of our insurance carrier and see exactly what they say, and I think I know what they're going to tell us. You know, that you guys you know.
Worth the shot, I guess.
Huh?
Worth the shot, I guess.
Well, you know, and I appreciate you taking that, you know, that one out of there for Dusty. I mean, I would, you know, it makes sense to me for, you know, the people, if you need wood or you burn wood, to take the wood, you know, rather than pay them to cut it down and then they take the wood away and make, they, you know.
There's nothing around there the tree could fall on, except in the southeast corner.
Yeah, but there's a
The person
liability
that's
of,
cutting it.
there's a liability of chainsaws jumping up and hitting people in the head, and, you know, those accidents happen all the time, so but like I said, we'll call, I'll get back with you to see what the insurance company says, but I don't think it's gonna be good news, because, you know, we've had other processes like this that, you know, that the insurance company said, no, you're not gonna be covered. And for you to even sign a waiver, that doesn't hold up in court either, because if something did happen to you and you turned around and sued the township, then, you know, then you get a big court battle and court costs and everything else, so. But I'll get back with you and see what they say.
Okay.
Anybody else? Well, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Or,
You moved, Jody?
Do we have a second?
Sure.
Jody.
I will.
He said
Okay.
support.
Who's first?
We have a
Yeah.
motion and a
You
second.
made the motion.
Oh, I'm not even here.
Are you supporting it, Al?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Thank you very much.